Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to another candle review. I hope you are having a fantastic day. If you missed it a little bit earlier, I uploaded my thoughts on the Kringle Country Candle Cake Pops fragrance, which is new for spring summer 2024. I will go ahead and link that particular review in the description box right below this video here, so that if you are interested in checking that one out, you can do so after this video. I will also put a link to where to shop for Sweet Red Mango, which is the candle we're discussing in this video here, from Bath & Body Works in the description box down below as well. So without further ado, let's get into Sweet Red Mango, which honestly, you guys, this is one of the better performing candles that is from my most recent Bath & Body Works candle haul. I did do a little bit of shopping at Bath & Body Works for some new candles over, I think it was actually Super Bowl weekend. And a number of those candles I have since now reviewed and finished. And I will say, I am definitely still kind of in that hit and miss category when it comes to the overall burn performance of Bath & Body Works candles. I still personally maintain that for me, if I am going to purchase a candle from Bath & Body Works, first of all, it has to be on sale, preferably a $12.95 sale. And I have to have a coupon. It either has to be a 20 or, again, preferably a 25% off code, although those are pretty rare. But I will say that I really don't like spending more than around $10 or so for my Bath & Body Works candles once it's all said and done. That I think is a fair price point, especially if I am going to have to relegate a lot of these candles to my candle crocks or for my lamps. While I don't see crocking or lamping a candle as a waste personally, and I don't mind doing that to get a little bit more life out of a candle that I otherwise probably would never actually bother returning, I still would prefer to burn my candles. That's the preference. But really I found that a lot of the fragrances that I gravitate towards with Bath & Body Works have those thick, almost I call them little tree stump wicks. They're those really, really thick wicks. And this particular scent, the Sweet Red Mango, actually has a thicker wick, but I feel like the wick on this one has that, is it like a zinc core? It almost looks like it could be like a metal type core or something. But this particular wick, while thicker, is a little different from some of the other ones that I've struggled with, which is why I think that I am now officially just past the halfway point, and I'm still having great luck with this one. So whatever these wicks are, these would be my preference. And I totally understand that Bath & Body Works has all these different types of wicks, and it just depends on the fragrance, what, wick is used. But whatever those other thick wicks are, like, they just always dud out on me. I would love to know your experience with those, so let me know. Anyway, we'll talk a little bit more about the burn quality of this one once we get to the end of the video, but let's go ahead and read through the fragrance description. The notes, I'll tell you what I pick up predominantly. We'll talk strength and throw, and then wrap it up with the overall burn performance. Okay, so Bath & Body Works, what does this smell like? They say it smells like fruit picking in the tropics, which sounds like a delightful activity, right? Fragrance notes are ripe mango, sunny peach, and pineapple juice. And people who have been with my channel for a while might be kind of surprised to hear that, that I really like this candle, despite the fact that pineapple is actually quite present. I smell I would say, decent amount of pineapple in this one, and guess what? I like it. It's really rare that I like pineapple in home fragrance, just because I find that it really tends to smell quite artificial a lot of times. And it's just not my vibe. There's a lot of like fruity scents that I absolutely adore, but for whatever reason, pineapple has not been one of those for me. But here in this scent, oh my gosh, I think it just adds the perfect touch of almost like tanginess or sourness, if you will. It just works incredibly well. The mango that's featured here is a very sweet, almost I would say borderline, like overly ripe type of mango, where it's just so intensely sweet and soft. One of like our favorite treats when Craig and I went on our honeymoon in Australia was just like picking ripe mangoes off of trees there and just like puttering down the road and like just eating them. And they were always these like really sweet, intensely sweet, sun-ripened mangoes. And they had the most beautiful shade of red to them. The mango I smell here tastes, I feel like the fresh mango that we had when we went to Australia many, many moons ago now, but it's such a good mango, you guys. And then the peach. I absolutely pick up a hint of peach in here. It's, again, a really ripe, juicy, like midsummer peach, like a very warmed by the sun, fresh, juicy, ripe peach scent. I think this fragrance overall smells really authentic with all three of these different fruit notes. It's really well blended. I don't think it comes across as cloying despite these particular fruit notes smelling really, really ripe, if you will. It just smells like almost like the perfect tropical cocktail. I don't want to imply there's any type of like boozy notes here, so I guess we'll go with more of like the mocktail or juice vibe, I guess. I guess you can just drink juice, right? Like you don't have to put alcohol in it. It smells like authentic fruit juices maybe blended together, but it's yummy. I love this one and I will be repurchasing it. It's really hard for me right now when it comes to candles to commit to repurchasing them. I have to really love a scent in order to do that, because for the most part, when it comes to like reviewing things here on my channel, which is a lot of what I do, right? Like I definitely like to bring in new fragrances, new scents and review those, but I don't typically re-review fragrances. So if I buy a fragrance, say for example, like Homeworks Harvest Leaves, that one has been around for years now. There's no use in me reviewing that again this fall. I've already reviewed it. You see it on my weekly home fragrance roundup. So, you know, I don't feel the urge to do that. But this is one here where it's kind of like the Radiant Sky. I wouldn't re-review that, but if that came back, I would absolutely repurchase that particular one in favor of maybe trying something new, because I know how yummy it is, I know how much I love it, and I just want more of that like summery experience in my house. And you guys, this is all coming from the perspective of someone who, quite honestly, would probably be considered a vampire. I don't like the sun. I prefer the cold, rainy fall and winter months. And those fragrances that kind of coincide with that particular time of year also tend to be my personal favorites. But this almost has me convinced to like enjoy the sun. It's real close. We're not quite there yet, but maybe someday I will be one of the summer people. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, I hope you guys throw me a party when that time comes. I'm sure it'll happen at some point. I feel like as people age, they tend to prefer warmer weather, I think. So I'm in my mid-40s, who knows, maybe by my mid-50s, you guys will see me vacationing in like Hawaii or I don't know, Aruba or someplace like that, but not right now. I will enjoy the overly warm weather during our Oregon summers here. But you guys, Strength and Throw. She is a solid performer in terms of Strength and Throw. Quite honestly, this is one of my stronger candles. I have noticed, and let me know if you've noticed this too, are your Bath & Body Works candles kind of decreasing in Strength and Throw a little bit? I have definitely had that experience, and that is a new one for me from Bath & Body Works, because over all the years, over all the different problems that I've had, Strength and Throw has never really been an issue, but it has been with some of my candles. This one is a solid 8 in terms of strength. It's a solid 8 in terms of throw. That for me means that I can usually put it in any given room in my house and throughout the majority of the rest of the downstairs, I can usually smell this one. So I do have to be somewhat careful about what I light on the opposite end of the house. Typically I have anywhere from 2 to 3 candles burning at any given time. That's sort of the most that I like to have going at any given time. But this one, I do have to be a little bit more mindful in that I don't really like pairing this one with florals. I don't really like pairing it with fresh scents. But if I do have candles from other companies that have kind of a more tropical or fruity kind of vibe to them, it blends well with that. So, but because of that strength and throw, I have to be a little bit more mindful. And overall burn quality, you guys, it's still doing really well. I will give you an overhead shot here in just a second. It's great. The wicks are still holding up. The flames are nice and tall. They kind of dance around really nicely. The wax has not really discolored a whole lot. This starts with kind of a nice, I would say, like creamy, almost ivory type of wax. And I think we still have that here. So let's take a look. I'm gonna take you overhead here. So obviously I did just light this right before starting to film this review. It hasn't completely pulled out yet, but you can definitely get a good sense of how clean the burn is by looking at the sides of the jar. Like there's no real discoloration. There are these little black things that have popped off the wicks. I wouldn't say these have like really big mushroom tops or anything, but there is a little bit of trimming that you should do between each burn. So usually I just kind of nip those off with cuticle scissors, that little tiny bit of carbon residue at the top. But with some of the burns, I've just, lit them up without trimming them. And that is when those little black carbon balls have popped off and attached to the side of the jar there. So you can see I have another one over here. But yeah, this wax is still looking really good. I'm gonna burn this one completely down, and that makes me really happy. I have missed being able to do that with my Bath & Body Works candles, so I'm really looking forward to that with this one. Sorry, I'm gonna make sure that I put it back properly here, but yeah, you guys, 2 thumbs up, I love it. How do you feel about the Sweet Red Mango? I feel like I haven't seen a ton of people talking about this one, but it's a fantastic one. And yeah, this, and I think the Radiant Sky and the Berry Waffle Cone, I think would be probably in my top 3 in terms of like summertime fragrances that I really enjoy from Bath & Body Works. So I hope she sticks around. For those of you that are maybe a little bit more familiar with Bath & Body Works candles from just the last, recent past here, maybe like the last 4 or 5 years, is this a new scent? Is this a repackage? I don't know. I've tried to kind of stay out of the whole Bath & Body Works like news community, just because I find myself just really tempted to like get sucked back into that, but I don't really want to be there right now. So yeah, let me know if this is a repackage. And yeah, if you have any insight on whether this is going to stick around or not, let me know that as well. But as always, if you have purchased this one, please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I think it is helpful for people to see a wide variety of different reviews. Definitely check out the reviews on the website as well. Like I mentioned, I have this one linked in the comments down below. The reviews seem to be really good as well. So I think we have ourselves a winner. So bravo, Bath & Body Works. I really appreciate you guys being here today. Again, please subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.